Hey, morning guys. We are now 2 days out. Welcome back to YouTube. About to head out to Dallas and make the drive up there. Wanted to go meal by meal with y'all so y'all can really see the process and what we're doing. I woke up today at 208.6, so I was up a pound, which I kind of anticipated, just not having as hard of a workout yesterday and keeping the diet the same, which it was perfectly fine. No issue there. What I'm going to do today is, my carbohydrates was around 225 grams. I'm going to move most of those carbohydrates to the evening because I'm going to get up to Dallas. I'm going to train, so I'm going to kind of deplete a little bit just by taking the carbs and just doing proteins and fats this morning, and move the carbs to after I train. So after I train, we'll get the majority of the carbohydrates and start kind of loading up a little bit more tonight. So for this first meal, I'm just doing 6 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of spinach, and 20 grams of cashew butter. We'll start there. Meal by meal, the drive's about 4.5 hours, so I probably won't be checking my weight and pictures until I get up there. So probably by meal 3 is when I'm gonna weigh and see how I look and decide what I want to do about meal 3. But along the way, before every meal, I'm just going to weigh myself and look at pics and kind of monitor and see what kind of changes I want to make. But I've been watching everything so closely that I have a good idea of how to gauge it all, and I could lay a plan out for the day, and I'd feel pretty confident in what'll happen. So we'll get on the road here in a minute and keep getting these meals down. For packing though, it's kind of an easy pack since we're just driving, so throw all my supplements in one big bag. Didn't have to separate them out. I throw all the dry ingredients in a bag. We have like an Airbnb apartment up there, so it's gonna be pretty easy. We'll have a full kitchen. All my my chicken, my rice, everything, they're just going in the big Tupperware, so packing's a lot easier than going up to New York. But I'll talk to you guys again for meal 2. Guys, we made it up to Dallas finally. I didn't film meal 2 because we were just on the road, but I ended up eating just 6 ounces of flank steak and 100 grams of spinach. So this finally got to our place. About an hour behind on my meal, just from driving and trying to move so much luggage up here. But I ended up almost 212.2, so weight's come up about 3 pounds since this morning just through my fluids and a little bit of food that I did eat, but no carbs. So first we're gonna have first carb meal, 100 grams of rice, 6 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of spinach. I'm gonna do 1 rice cake, so 40 grams of carbohydrates. Then I'm gonna go train, just do my upper body circuit workout. Once I have that done, then we'll start bringing more carbs in and starting to fill out a lot more. So get this down, we'll go train. Alright guys, we're at my Airbnb apartment gym, doing my final workout, which is just a pump session. So do some like 2 to 3 movements for back and chest, do some supersets, say around 15 reps, nothing to failure, just trying to move blood around, and then maybe a couple sets for arms as well. Start out with doing a Smith machine bent over row and a standing chest cable fly. Superset those for 3 sets and move on from there. All right, so now I'll move on to doing a pull down and a Smith machine bench press. So moving from some horizontal movements to some vertical movements. Just hit some different range of motion. No real specifics here about why I'm doing certain things. Just going through some different movement patterns, each for back and chest. I guess the last move I'm going to do is an incline Smith machine press, and then I'm going to superset with a lat pull down into a standing high row, and just do that for another 3 rounds, 15 reps, and I'm getting a good pump, so I think that might call it just with that. Hey guys, just got back from my last workout, and the gym was really cool in there. It was like, had bodybuilding pictures all over, Phil Heath, Jay Cutler. I mean, I wouldn't even expect that in like an apartment gym, but ran through those circuits, got a good pump, feel really good. So gonna start pushing some more carbs. So my next meal is 6 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of spinach, doing 200 grams of rice with 20 grams of cashew butter, some sea salt, Splenda, and some cinnamon. And then I'm also gonna have one rice cake with it and start filling out. So I'll get 2 more meals in before I get to sleep. And I weighed in at 213.2, so weight's still coming up. It's right around 5 o'clock. So tonight I will start using my diuretic, and I'll get into that with this last meal and talk more about it. Guys, 7 p.m. here. I'm on to my meal number 5, doing 40 grams of whey isolate from Animal Whey, doing 60 grams of oats, that's the dry measure, 20 grams of peanut butter, and also 1 rice cake with a little bit of that almond, peanut butter spread on it too. Sea salt, cinnamon. Just have 1 more meal for the night with some carbohydrates. I'm leaving my fiber out today. I just want to keep the food volume low, so keep my waist pretty small, and get this down and go on my last meal. Okay, so last thing of the night for 2 days out. I want to preface it by saying my doctor, I'm not giving any type of medical advice or pharmaceutical use advice. I am simply stating what I'm doing because I do have a prescription for Diazide, and I am under doctor supervision doing it. And so I'm going to share what I'm doing to drop water with it. And this is what I played around with a couple weeks ago to try to get nailed down a dose and see how much it would actually bring me down. So I have, I'm prescribed Diazide 37.5, 25 milligram, and it's mainly for high blood pressure, but also for edema, so it can pull subcutaneous water down. The idea of using it before weigh-ins is that it can dry me out some. I can come down to a lower weight in the morning, and that'll allow me to eat more and drink my normal fluid intake leading up to weigh-in, so I will be fuller and not as flat. So last, 2 weeks ago, I played around just doing a quarter tab, and it had the desired effect. It pulled me down. I still had like a big sushi meal, so I'm going to take a quarter tab tonight of the 37.5/25 and let it pull me down overnight and dry me out, and then tomorrow we'll just go meal by meal and see what I need to adjust for water and carbs, and if I even need to take any more Diazide. So that's the purpose behind what I'm doing for this protocol. All right guys, so we're down to meal 6 for the night. So I've been watching my weight. I had my meal 5. I did 60 grams of carbohydrates, but my weight's actually dropped. So I went from 214 to 213. So I'm adjusting meal 6 and adding another 180 grams of rice in. So I'll be up to 320 grams of rice, 90 grams of carbs. So just an adjustment on the fly, because I think I will have a bigger drop in the morning, and I don't want to be so low that it takes me so long to fill out. So up in the rice, and we'll get this one in, and last meal of the night, go to sleep. So that was the end of my 2 days out. Tune in tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. Check out the blog, because I have the full day's diet posted up, along with all the water schedule, diuretic usage, and everything. So let me know if you guys have any questions.